Welcome back to the KMT Traders channel. We're gonna do a profit update for last week's video. Last week's analysis, and just take a look at all the entries that we've made through all of our pairs that we have looked at. So, beginning with pound USD. So we was basically waiting to test this zone area here. So at 1.2097. And as you can see, we had the testing candle here with a rejection, and then the huge bullish engulfing candle which set this trade off. So this was the intention that we got to buy here, and roughly got in around there. And our target was just simply towards the monthly key level, purely because we didn't really know how price will react in terms of this monthly level, but nevertheless, roughly just under 100 pips with pound US dollar. Moving on to euro USD, we managed to find, I believe we managed to see rejections, but we didn't actually get into the trade in the necessary way that we wanted to. So we was looking for the push to the upside either way, but we just couldn't get the touch earlier on in the week. But we found the retest here, but this was in the early hours of the day, so we just missed out. But if you can see how price pushed straight above, closing above this zone here, but failing to retest it. So the failure was due to this candle piercing through, and then we had the retest of this zone again, and this acting as rejection. This therefore would have been the perfect entry, but obviously due to like late early hours, missed out on that opportunity. So we potentially missed just over 100 pips on that for Euro USD. But in hindsight, the analysis was made still correctly. We was looking for this zone area here to be acting as support or resistance. So we either said here that it would bounce off down, or it would bounce up, basically act as support or resistance. And we tested it both ways. So we tested it up as a form of support, but failure to find support, which resulted in this candle here, which caused a closure below, and then the retest above to act as resistance, which therefore played out in the resistance in the seller's way, and it took us out to test this new key level at 1.109739. So early hours we just missed out on that trade, but roughly 130 odd pips for that one for Euro USD. Moving on to USD JPY, if I can find it, which is there. Okay, so we looked at potentially moving in this early direction, but we didn't get the necessary test upon here on the top of our zone. We got the early closure here and pushed to the downside. So roughly this zone here, and this acted as a minor resistance. So multiple tests on this behalf before we push to the downside. Closure at this level at 104.652 before the push to the upside. So nothing too much there. Pretty standard trade here. Roughly just under 200. But the main thing to take is that although that we didn't have this necessarily drawn out, this is the sort of things that, knowing and learning the skill yourself, you'll be able to adapt your analysis in accordingly. Like we predicted that this zone would act as a form of support, or resistance, but it happened to turn out at lower levels where it broke out that this this region here acted as a minor resistance before price took towards the downside. So this is all about incorporating your skills and developing on top of what you know, so that you can come back and modify and tweak your analysis throughout the week. Okay, so moving on to gold, we was looking for the push to the downside to ultimately find that this would be the take profit level. We found the selling point from here, but we didn't get the touch to the upside. We got the full closure to the bottom here. So this level was acting as support, as we got a double touch with multiple rejection here before we ended up going up. So we bought here upon here, roughly. We just stopped towards the top, but roughly 2.5% growth on that. So that's good with gold. And now with Bitcoin, I'm not too sure what happened with Bitcoin. Yeah, we didn't really, we kind of missed out on our entry point here. We was looking for this region here to find our entry. It's only coming into this week where we could have potentially found it. It dug really deep into our turning point reversal zones, but we'll speak on the Bitcoin behalf in the next video, so hopefully we can get into that. And finally with Ripple, I believe it was the same scenario. Yeah, the support and the resistance levels came in too deep. It cut too deep, so potentially we were typical analysis would have checked this as a reversal to the downside, but obviously it's turned out towards the upside. So that's all for our progress report for for last week's. Make sure you're following up with our channel, so just simply subscribe, and furthermore, for any updates on all of our analysis that we are doing, definitely go ahead and follow our Twitter channel, which is @KMTRADERS_. So thank you very much for listening, and we'll catch you next week.